In a recent interview, Bridgerton star Luke Newton discusses his journey from theater to television, his experience on the hit Netflix series, and personal challenges like dyslexia. Newton plays Colin Bridgerton, a character set to take center stage in future seasons. Though he's still adjusting to fame, Newton remains grounded, noting that he's often recognized by his character's name rather than his own. He reflects fondly on the show's elaborate costumes, hairstyling, and the camaraderie on set, including spontaneous dance breaks. With Bridgerton's success continuing to soar, Newton is preparing to step further into the spotlight. Bridgerton's Luke Newton talks dancing, dyslexia, and the perfect Pompadour hairstyle. The thunderously received, critically adored Netflix original will focus on a new protagonist every season. We meet Bridgerton's tour de force in waiting. The first of Newton's laws, no relation, sadly, states that the trajectory of an object will hold unless a significant force acts upon it. By that logic, when the second season of Bridgerton lands on Netflix next year, it will outpace the show's first. And that's no mean feat, as Bridgerton's thunderously received, critically adored inaugural run was embraced by over 82 million households. It's unrivaled success, even in these times of streaming. And riding the Regency wave is Luke Newton, the earnest, utterly charming young actor who plays the Bridgerton clan's third son, Colin. But, despite the success of the series, Newton claims his life hasn't changed appreciably since stepping into those handsome leather hunt boots. When I'm out, friends will lean in and whisper, "That person over there, they've recognized you." But I don't believe them most of the time. When it does happen, though, it's really interesting, because they always call me by my character's name. They'll ask, "Are you Colin Bridgerton?" Although, what's weirder is when they do know my name. Someone once asked if I was Luke Newton and it blew my mind a little bit. They actually knew me. Not just my character or my work. Me. But Newton had better get used to it. Despite his theatrical background, born in Brighton, both of the actors' aunties performed on London's West End, and he followed in their tap-shoed footsteps for many years. It wasn't until recently that the 28-year-old decided to switch his focus from theater to television acting. It was simply serendipity that he did so with one of the biggest shows in history. Because Bridgerton is big. Really big. For those of you who haven't tuned in, the show is based on a series of books, each of which tells the romantic tale of a specific Bridgerton sibling. Netflix promises to follow this format, which means that by season 4 Newton's Colin will be squarely in the spotlight. I haven't read the fourth book yet, though. It's called Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I'm actually dyslexic, but I've decided to read each book before its corresponding season. So it's been tough, because others on set already know Colin's story. But I think you should always use the script as your real base. It's great to read the books, but only to get a sense of the world. What's weirder is when they do know my name. And what a world! Swathed in velvet and scored with classically flavored covers of modern songs, Newton calls the lush, plush playground created by producer Shonda Rhimes a 360-degree experience. Everything from the dancing to the horse riding has been both a challenge and a joy for the actor, but it's the hair and costumes he's most fond of. We were filming season 2 in central London, and a couple of times I didn't de-rig. I just left my Colin hair as it was. And everywhere I'd go, people would say I looked like an actor. I thought, this is how it works. Filming the second season, Newton says, proved tricky. Thanks to a pandemic-shaped spanner, table reads, of over 100 cast members, were shunted onto Zoom, and filming was delayed by several months. When we did start filming, though, we learned a modern dance. Not for the show, but for something to do at midday, or post-lunch when we were all feeling low in energy. We'd turn this track on, We Are Family by Sister Sledge, and dance around to that. It's really nice, for everyone to just get in a room and mess around, to have some fun. For now, however, Newton can only wait for Bridgerton to return. And, while the second season is yet to drop, a third and fourth have already been commissioned, which means Colin and his mighty hair will soon sit front and center of Netflix's most lavish, luxurious show. Is Newton ready for the responsibility? I hope so. Want more young British actors? Josh O'Connor reveals his favorite things about Great Britain. Become a Gentleman's Journal member. Find out more here.